Am I the idiot for thinking my boyfriend's gaming talk wasn't normal guy talk, and getting in an argument over it so bad I moved out? My boyfriend and I had moved in together. He's a gamer, but I never joined him for that. I have a desk job now, and by the end of the day I'm sick of sitting at a computer desk grinding away at something. So I first saw him play after we moved in together. And what I heard definitely felt bad. He used a lot of really sexist and homophobic insults, like saying that other players were witches, calling stuff gay or the F slur, making suggestive or aggressive sexist comments if there was a girl in the game. I told him how I felt. And he was trying to say that it was normal guy talk. That this is how guys talk when there aren't women around. Now, I know what normal guy talk is. The last 2 places I've worked, I've been the only woman on the team. And I'd go out with coworkers plenty, and we'd all often get drunk enough they didn't give 2 craps if they were talking in front of a lady. Not to mention all the times I went walking around on the shop floor in full PPE, including a respirator, with my short hair and no makeup, with guys not even realizing I was a chick. And I know that crap isn't normal guy talk. Heck, even when a guy did say some homophobic or sexist crap at work to me, I'm a bi woman who dresses pretty masculine at work. A lot of the team would tell whoever said it to shut the F up and get the F out if they were gonna be a witch to me. Like, even in a room of all guys who like crap talking plenty, being a bigot still didn't fly. Chill guys, just don't attack people just cause of their gender or sexuality. I told my boyfriend all that, saying I know normal guy talk from work, and this ain't it. And that he wasn't being a guy, he was being a bigot. He said it was, that I just didn't know because guys would be different around me. I asked him what about all the times guys on the shop floor thought I was a dude until I opened my mouth? And he said he didn't think that happened. I told him it did, and literally all the guys he thought were too rough around the edges, and total macho douchebags that I have worked with, were still a crap ton more respectful than he was being. And honestly, I had more respect for someone who says it like it is than how he was acting two-faced, acting all progressive and nice and soft-spoken around me, and dropping slurs left and right with his friends. He said he was way more respectful to me than the guys at work ever were. I told him that he wasn't, and if he didn't understand that, I was moving out. He got really defensive, and I had my friend come by with her truck that night. I'm renting a room in a friend's shared house now, and I'm not sure if the relationship will survive. He's getting mad at me, saying I overreacted majorly. I'm upset also. He needs to fix that crap if he wants to repair our relationship. Am I the idiot for moving out? Seriously, good on you for standing up for yourself. Obviously not the idiot. Looks like it's time to move on. He's only respectful when it's convenient for him. He's shown you who he is. If it was normal guy talk, then why hasn't he used it out in public, and in front of people before? Because he knows it's unacceptable and disgusting. He thought that now that y'all were living together you were too involved to cut and run if he showed you his true self. Freaking good on you for showing him otherwise. Like the saying goes, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Not the idiot, and don't go back to this person. Not the idiot. Your boyfriend is racist and misogynistic. He was just trying to hide it behind the guise of guy talk. I have male gamer friends, and they don't talk like that. I work in a male-dominated industry, and they don't talk like that. Your boyfriend sounds like he is still stuck in the junior high locker room. You did the right thing as he has shown his true colors. Stick with your values. Am I the idiot for canceling dinner when my boyfriend brought a bell to the diner to grab the staff's attention? I, female 30, have been dating my boyfriend Rhett, male 31, for 4 months. We live in different towns and he's not from my country, he's American. He usually visits on the weekends. This time I decided to visit his town and eat out at a diner. Rhett was already there when I arrived to the diner. We talked some, checked the menu, then when it was time to order he pulled a small bell out of his jacket pocket, lifted it up, then started shaking it. It produced a loud annoying sound. My ears started hurting. I was so confused. I asked what he was doing and he said that he was trying to get one of the waiter staff's attention. I said it was embarrassing and he should stop right then, but he kept shaking it. I cannot begin to explain the looks we received from everyone. I demanded him to stop, but he said not till someone came and took our order. I threatened to leave the place and cancel dinner if he wouldn't, and he kept doing it. Someone came, but I'd already gotten up, took my purse and started making my way out. He followed me and started arguing about walking out, but I told him that I couldn't take being embarrassed by him, and he got upset and said that he didn't get why I thought the bell was embarrassing. I explained that it wasn't a perfect solution for no longer being forced to wait till someone shows up. I asked if it was acceptable to do this in America. He said yes because it's a free country, and people there usually don't give a crap. I said it's inappropriate and embarrassing here. He said I was being too sensitive and overreacted over nothing. He insisted we go back inside, but I refused. We ended up leaving. He kept on about how I ruined dinner by canceling it and offending him by acting like his behavior is shameful. I said I had a right to give an opinion on what he's done even if he thought what he was doing was okay, but he basically told me to get off my high horse and stop calling his genius idea embarrassing. He's been sulking for days now and wanting an apology. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe it's nothing where he lives, but here it's just unacceptable. He's treating them like animals. His behavior is shameful, and I wouldn't want to be with a man like that ever again, especially after only 4 months. Not the idiot, OP. You can do better than this gaping idiot. The audacity is incredible. He's treating the waitstaff very poorly, an indication of how he would be treating you when you guys are committed. He's being loud and obnoxious towards not just the staff, but also the rest of the guests. He's dismissing your reasonable opinion. He's not making an effort to conform to local cultural norms, even when it's reasonable and needed. He's using culture as an excuse to act rudely and selfishly. He's purposefully lying to you about customs to get his way. He's gaslighting you by trivializing your feelings, saying you overreacted. Not the idiot, and that's not an American thing, just an entitled idiot thing. What a gross attitude. Run away from this man. He's lying to you. Bringing a bell to dinner so you can obnoxiously ring it at waitstaff is not a thing here, and it's not genius, it's dehumanizing. This sounds more like a pile of red flags in a trench coat than an actual human being. So please evaluate whether you actually want this crimson banner to be a part of your life, knowing this is how he'll behave. Especially since it sounds like he's testing the waters / you to see if you'll put up with all of his toxic traits. So I can only assume his behavior will get worse from here. I could write a dissertation about everything wrong with the situation, and how his actions relate to different levels of dishonesty, manipulation, controlling tendencies and narcissistic traits, but I'll spare you the lecture. Just know that it's not a thing. You reacted appropriately, stating your concerns / qualms with his behavior, asking him to stop, doubling down by placing a boundary, and following through on the consequences of him not respecting your boundary. You have no reason to feel bad because you're not the idiot. He is. And you deserve better. I'm a woman in a career field which really doesn't care about appearances. My boyfriend is in a job where looks matter more, investment banking. He wears suits, and has to present himself as more wealthy to look good at work. My boyfriend wanted me to come to some work events, dinners or happy hours. But he said that it was something we'd need to dress up for. I offered to wear some nice dresses I have, and he said that it was more than that. His coworkers' wives and girlfriends wore designer and had professionally done hair and nails. And that it really was just what was needed to succeed in his workplace, so he considered it a professional expense. I said that made sense for himself, but I'm not responsible for his professional expenses. He agreed to pay for the clothes and salon appointments, and I also asked him to compensate me for my time getting presentable for those events. Additionally, if he wanted me to act a certain way during these events, which was different than my usual behavior at a social event, it should be treated like work, I'd expect to be paid for my time. He thought that was unfair, saying that it was weird to charge my boyfriend to attend an event with him. I said that if I'm not attending as myself, but instead presenting an image for business development purposes, that's not socializing, that's labor. He agreed to that at the end, and we came up with a list of things I'd need to attend an event with him. Designer dress, designer heels, jewelry, hair done, nails done, makeup done, handbag. He picked out the dress, heels and bag, and he asked me to find salons to have my hair, nails, and makeup done. When I told him how much the cosmetics appointments and the time I spent on them cost, he was upset it was $700. And adding that to the clothes he bought and the time we'd be at the event, it was coming to almost $2,000. We went and I played the part. It was uneventful. Nobody paid me much attention. Felt like a bit of a waste, but whatevs. But afterwards, when I mentioned that I wanted to borrow his card to make an appointment to get the nails removed, since I needed them filed down by a professional before work, he got frustrated with me, saying that I was milking him for money and I was only with him for money. I told him that I make the same as he does. He got pissed and said that most girls know how to dress themselves and do their own makeup nice, and I got so frustrated I said sarcastically, "Go date most girls then, I'm sure most girls would love being treated like a human dress-up doll." He got really mad about that and I feel frustrated too, like he expects me to do crap unpaid for his work. Like I would never ask him to do crap for my job, let alone do my job unpaid. Am I the idiot for wanting to be paid if my labor was going towards my boyfriend's career? Edit because there are a lot of questions about why I thought it was justified to ask for compensation for my time. 1. The hair and makeup and nails and tailoring appointments took about 10 hours. I had to take a full day off work, and since I am a consultant who bills hourly, I was losing a day's wages to perform tasks my boyfriend wanted to benefit his career. If I ever asked my boyfriend to lose wages at his job to perform tasks for my job, I'd think it would be fair to pay him for his work too. 2. I'm always happy to attend social events and be polite, friendly, and talk to people and get to know them. For free. But this wasn't what he was asking of me, he wanted me to act. To not speak of my actual hobbies or career, and to give the impression that I am a stay-at-home partner. To claim to ski. I have no idea how to ski. To only order classy drinks and none of the drinks I actually drink. That doesn't strike me as going to an event as a partner, that strikes me as going to an event as an actress or performer. Which is a whole job. Edit 2. I also find it very strange how feminine labor is undervalued. He said that he needed me to do something for him to support his career because his bosses expected of me. If this was any other kind of work, it would be absurd to do it unpaid. Like if he said, "Hey, my boss needs a truck loaded," and everyone knows that's what the girlfriends do. "Can you come by and load the truck? Also, you'll need to bring your own forklift." Absurd. If he asked me, "Hey, my boss heard you're an engineering consultant and wants you to evaluate this software architecture. And he expects it for free because that's what girlfriends are for." That's absurd. I'd be sending my rates. So why is it acceptable to say, "Hey, my workplace expects me to bring a woman to play a very specific role, you will need to do 10 hours of preparation tasks for free for the benefit of my career. And you should cover the cost of parts and labor?" I wish that was considered equally absurd. But it's almost like women's work and hospitality is an undervalued form of labor? Not the idiot. The only issue I see with your behavior is you not just dumping this guy. He's desperate to turn you into some Barbie-fied image of what he thinks his girlfriend should be to impress his bro-y idiot coworkers. He's insecure and controlling and whining, and you seem pretty awesome, and like you can do a whole lot better. Not the idiot. He wants you to be someone you're not, and I don't get why it's so important for it to appear you're a stay-at-home partner. That seems a bit misogynistic. What's wrong with him having a partner that works and earns as much as him? Not the idiot. At the end of the day, if your partner loved you and respected you, he wouldn't want to change a thing about you. He would accept you for who you are, and he would protect and fight for you against anybody who is trying to put you down. Especially asking you to change your personality and pretend to be somebody you're not, pretend to have hobbies and interests you're not bothered about just so he can put on his fake persona so he can impress people is ludicrous. As long as you're not turning up to these work functions in really inappropriate clothing, then I really don't see what the big deal is. I think you should find somebody who is going to love and respect you, and treat you like a human being, and not some Barbie or an actress. If he wants to dress somebody up how he wants to dress them up, and wants somebody to pretend to be exactly who he wants them to be, then he needs to hire somebody.